I confess, I used money to solve an art problem. Hi, you might know me as Bentux. I specialize in charting songs that most people probably shouldn't, but here I am anyway, telling you all about an impossible chart. Counterintuitively perhaps, I use very strict systems in my charting, supported by Western music theory. They help me analyze a song, categorize its sounds. I still believe it's a good approach. Being organized keeps the chart from getting too chaotic. But Sheriruth is a different beast. It splits itself in half. The first half is innocent and carefree. It's almost a little empty. Meanwhile, the second half is suddenly troubled, passionate, and it wants to express complex feelings. Safe to say, this song is a monster. The main theme appears multiple times, but each time there's a different mood. The challenge? The single system I designed for this main theme must convey multiple different moods, without too major of a change. No pressure. Well, I can't actually pull that off, but I still got a chart to make. My solution basically boils down to begging this man for help. And thank God he agreed.
Oh, hello. Surprise! You thought this was a solo project, but it was a collaboration all along. I'll be interjecting with occasional tidbits relating to the storyboarding aspect of the chart, as although it looks quite simple, there's a lot more that you don't see under the surface. Side towards storyboarding is a test of attrition, and the target is your brain. So roughly around the middle of February, Bentux approached me with some help on the Sheriruth chart. He asked me if I was available for some storyboarding help, and I said, yeah sure, okay. Of course, it wasn't that easy. I was in the middle of making stuff like Ultimate Ascension, The Government Knows, and Butts Tits Money, so safe to say my schedule was packed. But however, a load was taken off my chest when Bentux said that he would be handling most of the sprite work this time. I originally thought that he just wrapped up a sprite or two like Symphosonia and I'd be left my own devices to do whatever I wish with them. So, of course he's just going to send me like a background with some elements removed, and he ended up commissioning somebody for 9 sets of images, some of which were alternate versions of said images, gave me over 65 custom-made sprites, over half of which only get used once in a chart, an entire list of Windows images should be used, which expressions should be toggled, and at what time. This wasn't just Cliff Notes anymore, it's fucking Canyon papers! And I had to satisfy a cowman whose standards are high enough to where he would willingly revise a background for a chart if the intention of it did not go through. So naturally, being afraid of the demons that would be summoned at my door, I went to the farthest place I could to avoid Bentux's wrath in case if I ever incurred it, America, and started working on it. So with all of that in mind, you'd think I'd be limited in my abilities, but no. I still had leeway and some input with the chart. The notes Bentux gave me were only ever a rough outline for what I should do, and they weren't absolute. Some stuff like the black bars imitating a blinking effect and the way the bars and expressions showed up were entirely by my own discretion. There was stuff left on the cutting room floor, like how certain bars would be laid out, or how the chart's notes originally were going to have a lighter palette, which would slowly shift to a darker, more moody one. Heck, there's even stuff that I added that Bentux didn't notice until I told him, and his reaction is priceless. If you want to know what those things were, go play the chart!
Thanks, Tony. Now, what about the charting, you'd ask? Well, for that you have to realize the truth. There is no secret.